This is Beyond the Verdict. I'm John Horford with Marion Cook.
How are you feeling about it?
And Christina didn't turn off her phone Caprone.
What was that? Sorry.
It's okay. I was going to say something else, Christina Caprone, but then that just popped up, so I just went with it.
Low-hanging fruit.
I was going to say, brings me a soaking wet sweater to wear Caprone.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, wasn't this the thought that counted? She thought
It
for you
is, no, it is.
know,
It is. It is.
help you out.
And honestly, it builds character to sit in a room like this with a cold, wet sweater on. And I'm all about building character.
It's so weird because I carried it here and I didn't even feel it.
It smells great. It smells
clean.
It's very clean. It
Yep.
smells great. It's just wet.
I don't want to
Tangents
shrink
do
it.
Go down.
I appreciate you doing that. I mean, my arms are already abnormally long, so then things like barely fit on my wrists. So then I have to
Exactly.
do things like
Pull it down.
pull it down.
Yep. Anyways,
Let's talk about Rebecca Park.
let's.
Rebecca
please.
Park.
So Rebecca Park was a 22-year-old pregnant woman in Michigan in November of 2025
Where in Michigan?
in Wexford County, which is northern Michigan. I think it's Boone Township to be exact.
It's in the.
But she was last seen on November 3rd, 2025. She had told friends that her mom had called and she came into some money and she wanted to give Rebecca money for the baby to get some things for the baby that was coming soon. So she said she thought it'd be nice to go to her mom's, and her mom said, after we do a little shopping, we'll go get milkshakes. It was very specific. So the mom had Rebecca come over to her home, and that was the last time Rebecca was seen alive
By just her mother.
by just her mother. Her mother's name is Courtney Bartholomew, and her stepfather is Bradley Bartholomew. And this is kind of a new case type for us to do, not because there's a murder involved, but because this case is really brand new. It's just over a month old, and the case is still pending. But there's so much detail I think that we can talk about. And maybe we'll do a second episode once the case moves farther along in the criminal process. But there's a lot of really weird twists and turns and relationships in this case. So, talking about the characters a little bit, we know Rebecca is the 22-year-old pregnant woman who went missing. We know who her mom is, Courtney, and her stepdad is Bradley. But she has a sister, and I don't remember the sister's name. But Park also had a fiance by the name of Richard Failer. And at some point or another, the mother, the sister, and Rebecca were all somehow involved romantically with Richard Fowler
At different times.
at different times. We hope.
Have
at
you
different
seen
Right.
Have you seen a picture of him?
Have you?
No, have any
Oh.
of you? Either
No.
of you?
No, I'm. What's
I
his
think
name?
I did, and I don't.
He's
I don't
gorgeous.
get it.
Shut up. What's
I
his
don't
name?
See what the attraction would be, but what do I know?
It's that Northern Michigan charisma.
Shut up. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. So here's what happens. Prosecutors have alleged that the Bartholomews, so her mom and her stepdad, lured Park to their home and they tortured her in an effort to remove the unborn child. They believe that they have horrific details that would show that Park was likely conscious as her mom and stepfather tried to cut the baby from her belly.
Oh my God.
And it sounds like the mom tried to do that because the stepdad was holding a knife to her throat. So that would only leave the mom being able to try to cut the baby while she's alive.
Why would they do that?
Well, we don't know all of the reasoning yet. So as prosecutors, we don't have to prove a motive, but you always want to look for one. And so it's possible that Bradley may have been the father of this baby. Maybe he sexually assaulted Rebecca, or maybe there was consensual sex between her and her stepfather. We don't know. And maybe maybe Courtney and Bradley wanted a baby together and couldn't have one. But one of the motives that was thrown out there was that Bradley was also a sex offender and that he wanted the child but couldn't be near any, which is weird to me. I mean, not the fact that he's a sex offender and can't be near the child, but why would he want the child?
Or why wouldn't he just wait for the child to be born?
Because she wouldn't give up the child.
Yeah, but they could be around the child. I mean, clearly they were all in each other's lives.
I was gonna say,
But
there's
it's
a lot.
not what they wanted.
It's a lot easier to kidnap it once it's born than cutting it out. That's really gruesome. Is there did they find evidence at like a house or in a car of all of her blood from this?
They haven't told all of those details yet, but they have been able to determine that where she was located, which I believe was in the Manistee National Forest on November 25th, so some 22 days later she was located. Her body was there, but the baby was not, and her belly was clearly cut open.
And the baby's not alive.
It wasn't
Not
there.
that we know of, no. Some of the information that's been put out there is that they believe that after the killing, the mother's body was taken to the forest and covered up with some leaves, but that they felt or believed the baby may have been put in a cooler bag. You know, those cooler bags you take when you go grocery shopping to keep your stuff cold on the way home?
Yeah.
And they believe that the baby was put into one of those and maybe thrown out with the trash.
Why do they think that? Like, what's led them to? Because that's kind of specific.
It's very specific.
It is very specific, and they haven't given all those details yet. But here's another kind of interesting twist. So the mom and the stepdad have been charged in early December, so just a week or a week and a half ago, with multiple felonies. Now, I
Okay.
clearly can see so many of these. The first is first degree murder. It's premeditated murder, and they can look at it from premeditated murder, which is first degree, or felony murder, which is also first degree, but it's under a different theory. So, under premeditated, obviously, you need premeditation and deliberation. And in this case, if they lured her over to their home, if they attempted to get her there with nefarious means or intent, that's premeditation. Felony murder can be in the commission of another, what they call enumerated felony. So, like if you think of the worst crimes and you commit one of those and a murder happens, then you can be convicted of felony murder. And in this case, they also charged that couple with torture and conspiracy to commit torture. And I believe that would be based on the fact that they cut the child from her womb while she was conscious.
Jeez.
How did they plead?
How do they what?
How did they plead?
Oh, they haven't yet.
Oh.
Oh, we're that
They
early.
haven't yet.
Yeah.
But they also charged with assault on a pregnant individual causing miscarriage or stillbirth and conspiracy to commit that. They charged unlawful imprisonment, and they charged removal of a dead body without a medical examiner's permission. Did you know that was a crime?
No.
So if there is a natural death or any kind of death, officials have to be called, and a medical examiner investigator comes to the scene who works for the medical examiner's office, and they kind of look around, they take photographs, they note what's in the area, anything suspicious, the injuries, all that kind of thing. And then once the body is taken to the medical examiner for an actual autopsy, or what we call a post-mortem examination, then it's the medical examiner that goes through and looks for signs of injury. What is the likely cause of death? They always do two things. They do a cause of death and a manner of death. So in this case, my guess is the cause of death would be the blood loss from the sharp force injuries, meaning her belly being cut open. And then the manner of death is either natural death, accidental death, homicide, or suicide. Those are the four general categories. And obviously, in this case, it would be homicide.
My God.
Do you know the prosecutor in this case?
I don't know if I do for sure or not. I know the Attorney General's office was assisting Wexford County, but I don't know if I've met the prosecutor. I might have. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head. But this is going to be a lot. Like, there's got to be a big investigation into this to locate all of those pieces. The medical examiner can really come in and give detail as well about the state of the body when it was found.
Because it was 3 weeks
Probably
before they found her, right?
it was 3 weeks, but it's cold out
Right.
in northern Michigan.
It's been very cold.
So that may have preserved things versus it being, in the summertime and super hot outside.
Why would they get rid of the body outside in Manistee National Forest during the winter?
You hope
Because maybe
snow
they
covers
didn't
it.
think anybody would find her.
Are they serious?
Well, I didn't say it was a smart.
Man, are they drug addicts? Are they?
Well, so, John, funny you should ask that because in addition to the mom and the stepdad being arrested, Park's sister Kimberly and Park's fiance Richard Fowler were also arrested
Oh.
at or near the same time as the mom and the stepdad, but on unrelated charges. So Kimberly was arrested on lying to the police,
Oh.
and Richard was arrested on lying to the police and methamphetamines.
So that's how he got everyone. Dick Fowler was passing out the drugs,
It could be.
and that's how he got the mom, the sister, and then
So they arrested them. So they have some. I mean, like, what are they lying about? Are they all in on it?
Maybe. I mean, they could be lying about when they last saw her. They could be lying about, maybe somebody lied about an alibi. I've had that happen before where they said, "Oh, this person was with me," and then surveillance cameras picked them up at the time when this person said they were with me and clearly they weren't. So they get lying to police during an investigation. That happens a lot, to be honest with you.
Wow.
People make shit up all the time. But
so
one of the
yes,
things I thought was interesting too is that Rebecca did have two young sons already. And those little boys had been adopted by her adoptive mom. And see, that's another twist here. This mother that we've been talking about, Courtney,
Yeah.
was her biological mother who gave her up for adoption. And it was only within the last couple years that Courtney came back into Rebecca's life.
Oh my gosh.
so if they wanted a kid, why didn't they just try to build a relationship or adopt some of her other kids?
Well, she wasn't giving up her other kids. Those are hers too.
Were they in her custody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe they were.
So she had only known her biological mom and the stepdad for a couple years.
And they
Yeah.
and
But
they-
her sister was also adopted or lived with the biological mom?
Well, that's the part I don't know for sure because her sister has the same last name, I believe.
As
Kimberly Park?
as Rebecca. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe they were both adopted together, but they were bio sisters.
Yeah. I mean, that's common, I feel like. But so what if I feel like my mind is going towards it was her fiance's baby, but there's like some jealousy with the mom and the sister because they wanted his baby. Like,
That could be too. That was an angle we really didn't pursue, but that's a good point. Jealousy could be a big thing where maybe the sister wanted to have his baby and maybe the mom was mad because she's like, "No, that's my man." Although she was married to the stepdad, so it's kind of odd.
maybe he liked.
so odd.
I don't know.
So odd. All three of them being involved with that guy is you couldn't catch me near those.
I wish we
members.
should try to find him and see if they'll come on the podcast.
Oh my
I
gosh.
gotta
They're
know.
under investigation. I don't think they want to
Whatever.
just
And,
be
and
interviewed.
actually, I just looked up another article in the Detroit Free Press that said Rebecca's sister and fiance were charged with counts related to tampering with evidence
Oh yeah, they're in on it.
and methamphetamine.
Holy shit.
So
They need their
maybe
day
they
in court.
helped get rid of Rebecca's body, or maybe they helped get rid of
The
the
baby.
baby, and that's why they have more details. Maybe that's why they know that, because the sister and this fiance have said something about it.
Right. What if he didn't want the baby and he was like, let's figure this out before it gets here?
I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense why they're charged with tampering with evidence.
Right. And you said the parents got, one of their charges was moving a dead body. So we think they killed her in the house and then just dumped her body out there.
Yeah, they didn't seem to think, based on the evidence they've located so far, that she was murdered in the middle of the Manistee National Forest. They think her body was dumped there.
Got you. Poor girl. My gosh. How is her that's John just pulled up a picture. That's the fiance?
Yeah, that's
You are absolutely lying to me.
that's Dick Fowler.
Ew.
Stop.
I'm not even saying just it's all of
Honestly,
it. It's all the facts combined, not just
Get
the
him a
photo.
shower,
and some
clean
meth.
up the beard, trim the hair, get him a good outfit, get him on a good
no.
diet that's not meth related.
For what?
Have him work out for like a year. He'd be an all right looking guy.
I don't care. He is guilty and did not protect his fiance and potentially his unborn baby.
So one of the things that I just looked up from a CBS News article is the reporters will often go get what we call a probable cause document when law enforcement takes a warrant to the judge or the magistrate to sign. They have to give probable cause. Probable cause is that standard of kind of like 51% likely a crime was committed and it was committed by this person. So it's not all the evidence ever, but it's enough to get over that threshold to get the charges done. And in this probable cause affidavit filed by the Wexford County Sheriff's Office, it detailed some of the information that Kimberly Park provided. And Kimberly's the sister. She told law enforcement and deputies that she had a romantic relationship with Richard Fowler, who was the father of her sister's unborn child, and that her relationship, Kimberly's relationship with Fowler, was, quote, complicated by his relationship with her sister. So, I think which I don't remember which one of you said maybe jealousy, but maybe Kimberly was jealous that Rebecca got pregnant with his child and she didn't. And it doesn't really say why that would make the mom get involved the way she did, but maybe mom had a favorite. Maybe she favored Kimberly over Rebecca. I don't know.
Right.
But it also said in this probable cause affidavit that Kimberly provided different explanations to officers on different dates about what happened to her sister, and also gave misleading information posted on social media. So it sounds like she was really trying to mislead the investigation away from her, away from the fiance, away from the family. I mean, how likely is it, do you think the fiance and the sister are more involved or as much involved maybe as the mom and the stepdad? Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe they were the masterminds and the parents just, they got her to the house and they just did it. Like they were the
Is it possible the baby's
hands.
still alive?
Yes, right?
That was something that I kind of floated when I talked to Christina about this case earlier, that is it possible that the mom and the stepfather saw this baby as a payday and somehow took the baby from Rebecca to give it up for adoption where they got paid for it? And I don't mean adoption by like a reputable agency, but like a, I don't know, for lack of a better word, black market kind of adoption where someone pays you a lot of money for a baby.
Is that a thing?
It can be a thing. Yeah.
In your experience, has it been a thing?
Yeah.
It's been a thing.
I mean, not people cutting babies out, but kidnapping and other things like that. That's been a thing.
I feel like if the motive is to, oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, I was just going to say, in your experience as a prosecutor, you've had cases where someone's taken a baby and sold it illegally to another couple or individual?
I have not had that case, but I have seen it and heard about it happening. Yes.
Got you. Okay. I just want a clarification.
Yeah.
But if your motive is to make money off of this baby that's about to be due in 2 weeks and you are the fiance or the father,
Just wait 2 weeks.
No, literally, you want to do a homemade C-section, like a home C-section with what,
Well,
like a
because they
kitchen knife?
realized
They had a
Rebecca's
scalpel.
never going to give up the baby.
Yeah,
They used a scalpel?
There's a scalpel in that same box. I guess they found dental floss. What else was in there, Marion?
What the?
I don't remember what else was in there, but do you know what the dental floss was used for?
No, what?
To tie it around the umbilical cord.
And like sever.
Wait, how do you know that?
Because that's what you would use that for.
Wait, to like cut it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you could cut it with a scalpel or scissors, but you could cut it to sever the child from the mother, but you do the dental floss closer to the baby's body to tie it off, and eventually it falls off.
Yikes. So they I bet all this is like on their computers that they searched how to, you know what I mean, do all
Yeah.
this. So all that intent and the planning and the premeditation is, yeah.
So they planned for that, but not the disposal of the body?
What do you mean? That
Well,
was their
they
plan.
probably thought the Manistee Forest was a good place. I mean, you get rid of it there.
Huge.
There's animals. No one's going to go out there. It's winter time.
There's animals. Even if the animals ate her, there would still be a ton of evidence.
What evidence?
Bones, clothing, like potentially.
I mean, maybe
yeah.
they didn't think anybody would
Flesh,
find
if
her
they
right
didn't
away.
eat it
You might
all.
not find the flesh if this is northern Michigan. You're going to have all kinds of wild animals.
Yeah, but she was out there for 2 weeks, and did her body get eaten?
We don't know. We don't know for sure if it was to some degree or not.
I mean, they knew it was her. It
They
wasn't-
did.
And sometimes those tests
They could
take a while
determine
to
that
come
from
back.
facial recognition. They could do dental records. They could do fingerprints if they were still there.
But that's what I'm saying, facial recognition. So the flesh on her face wasn't eaten.
They might have just thought it wasn't going to get linked to them, which, I mean, clearly their disposal place wasn't great. They're not really.
Yeah, and they were probably, it sounds like they were on meth. So.
Exactly. Meth for
I
everybody.
mean, probably. So in this latest article, I just looked at she has a public defender, and he declined to give comment, which they generally do. But I actually personally know this public defender.
Oh.
I worked with this attorney for a very long time in a prior county. We were both prosecutors together.
Do you trust this person?
Yeah, I do. I mean, he's a good attorney and he knows what he's doing. I mean, his job is not what we used to do, what I still do, what he used to do as prosecutors. His job now is to poke holes in the prosecution's case and to see what defense he can give her.
He's representing the mom or the sister?
It just says the Bartholomew's appeared in court by video from jail and were denied bond. Public defender declined to give comment about the case. So he doesn't say which one he represents,
But one of those.
but one of them.
Wow. Maybe he'll come on after this is all over. You guys can
Maybe.
hash it out. That'd be fun.
Well, it might be a couple years.
That's okay.
Okay.
We'll be here.
Oh, I love
But I mean,
that.
depending, I heard about this case and I thought, oh my God, like this poor girl, she thought, she's got her biological mom coming back into her life after being gone. She's pregnant. She just probably has these maternal feelings and wanted to get to know this mom a little bit. And the mom calls her and said, hey, I've got money for you, a couple thousand, and let's go get shakes. I mean, they get her lured over there and then they murder her. I mean, I can't fathom what was going through her mind as this is happening. Like, they hold her down at knife point and just start cutting. That had to have been incredibly, incredibly painful and scary.
Terrifying.
Is there any way that that's not what happened? We find out that it was something completely different.
They have a lot of details that have been released so far in these probable cause affidavits. They must have some solid evidence that gets us to those points.
Yeah, because they arrested him quick.
So
did.
all four of them are in jail.
They are.
Wow.
Now,
No-
you know
no
what's going to
bo- no
happen,
bond.
right?
What's going to happen?
I think the sister and the fiance got a bond, but it doesn't say what it was because their charges are less. But the mom and the stepdad, their bond is denied. And you can deny bond in Michigan based upon murder charges like that. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this case proceeds and like really what other evidence they have because I guess, one of the questions I have is what made them go look in the forest? Because this was a volunteer in a search party who actually found her body.
Yeah, that's crazy. The fact, like,
That's
they
it's
came across her.
But it's not that crazy.
Is
I
it
mean, you
not?
live in a super forested area. I mean, the town is in the middle of like, you know what I mean? It's right on that path. I think it was Manton.
Oh,
Yeah, but that forest is huge. Like
It is,
just
but she's
doing
been missing for
just
weeks.
doing a grid search across that place has got to be tricky unless these people are so dumb that they just dumped her near a trail, a path, a road, or
right,
something
right.
else.
They walked like a few hundred feet, and they're
Yeah.
like,
That's
"This
like
is
that's good
this is
enough.
good enough." Let's,
I mean,
yeah,
it could be.
yeah. I mean, likely
I mean, meth will make you do crazy
they didn't
things.
bury her. They didn't, and obviously the ground was frozen.
They just threw some leaves on top, according to everything I've
Oh my
seen.
god.
Yeah, come on. I mean, it sounds
And
like
she was almost full term. She was 38 weeks pregnant.
To go
Yeah.
through that whole pregnancy and then, oh,
exactly. If they really wanted the baby that bad, I just don't understand why you wouldn't wait a few weeks. Like there's something either more nefarious or there's a piece that's missing here.
Well,
Or
no, I think you just need to apply that methamphetamine piece. You're all high on meth and you're like, I got a great idea. Let's do this now.
that's what you should. Okay, so have you had cases where people were high on meth and did wild things?
Yes,
So this is like par for the course for meth addicts.
it could be. It could be. I mean, clearly, if you're going to do this kind of thing, there's got to be some evil in you as well.
yeah.
I got to think there's more to it. Is it jealousy? Is it, the money thing? Did they sell the baby? I don't know. I mean, if you wanted to get rid of Rebecca, why not just kill her and leave the baby inside?
Right. Right. Like,
But it makes me question, really, to be honest with you, whose baby it was.
you think, are you leaning more towards the stepdad?
Maybe because he's a registered sex offender, and if she were found murdered, and there's a baby, and they do a DNA test on that baby, and it doesn't come back to Fowler, the fiance, and it comes back to stepdad,
Right.
as a registered sex offender, I don't know if he was still on parole or not, but I mean, he could be sent back to prison or he could be charged
And that
in
would,
that case potentially too.
right. And that would make sense why the fiance wouldn't want it either if it's not his.
Right.
Cut it out of her. Get rid of it.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want her. Or maybe she had some sort of relations with the stepfather. I don't know that that's the case. It doesn't seem that way through anything I've found so far.
Gosh, there's something. I can't wait to.
But I mean, at the end
Follow
of the
this.
day, we're looking at a 22-year-old woman, a mom to two little boys, and I don't remember how old her little boys are, but they've got to be pretty young.
They're not Richards.
I don't know for sure. I don't think so because he doesn't have custody. Her adopted mom has custody.
Right. Right.
So I'm going to guess maybe they weren't his.
Yeah, this is crazy. Tragic.
But I think this is going to be, as more evidence on this comes out and more details emerge, I think we will need to do maybe another episode on this just to put these pieces together. But I'll be honest, I was the one who kind of pressed for this one because I just thought, look at the twists and turns in this case, and it just started. I mean, it's less than a month old.
right.
Yeah,
And it's in Michigan.
poor girl. I mean, that's a horrible, horrible, horrible way to go.
Horrible. Oh my God. Surrounded by all these people who you thought you like loved and trusted, and
Yeah, especially on a high of like we have money and milkshakes. Like,
you're having
Yeah.
a baby in 2 weeks.
yeah, and I know I'm your bio mom, and I'm trying to rekindle that relationship. Like, come on, sweetie, I love you. And then,
Evil.
if that's what happened, I mean, I'd be curious to know. I mean, you want to, I guess I don't want to say you always want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but they have to have their day in court.
They do.
course.
It is innocent until proven guilty. These are alleged crimes at this point, but there's a couple good press releases. One was from Attorney General Nessel, who said that, let me see, where did that go? I can't find hers right now, but I did see another one from the prosecutor of Wexford County, Joanna Carey. She said, "This case involves a truly horrific homicide in which a young woman and her unborn child endured unimaginable suffering at the hands of the defendants. The brutality and disregard for human life displayed here are deeply troubling. While these remain allegations until proven in court, the evidence reflects an extraordinary level of callousness and violence, and we look forward to presenting the full facts in court."
Wow. Well said.
Attorney Nessel said the couple allegedly tortured Park in an attempt to remove the unborn child, resulting in the death of both. After an extensive search, Park's remains were found in the Manistee National Forest on November 25th. So if you look at just Attorney General Nessel's statement, it sounds like they were just trying to take the baby alive, didn't know what they were doing, and maybe they inadvertently killed the child too.
Would she know better than the prosecutor, though? Because they've never found the child.
Well, I'm not saying she'd know better than the prosecutor, but I think the Attorney General's office has volunteered to help the county prosecutor. And so they would probably likely know the same level of details together if they're working on the case together, if their offices are.
There has to be like CCTV footage of them like leaving the house after like cutting the baby out. You know what I mean? Because where would they dispose of it that we can't find it anywhere?
CCTV footage?
Yeah, in a dumpster. That's
well, you know, I mean, if you put a baby, and a baby's pretty small, if you put them into, and they were very specific in those other articles, it was one of those insulated grocery type bags, and then threw that in a dumpster. You could throw that anywhere. I mean, you could go to a restaurant, you could go to a hotel, you could go to any dumpster you see anywhere and just toss that in. And if nobody knows to look for a baby, they're just going to think it's a bag that's discarded.
Yeah. Like you love to say, Myrene, there are so many details to this case and to every case that we just don't have access to. But
we don't yet, but I am really going to follow this because I just can't imagine the torturous nature of what they did to this poor girl. And she was trusting, you know. I don't know. This one really gets to me.
It is horribly tragic.
Yeah, it's very sad. They interviewed her ex-boyfriend, and he made just comments about how she was a very like caring person and always wanted to help people and would like do anything for anyone, and was like kind of desperate for that type of validation. So,
and maybe that's what she was doing. She was getting validation from her birth mother, and she thought, okay, you know, this is good. I'm becoming a mother myself. I want to figure this out.
For the
She
third
wants to be in
time.
my life.
She had 2 other kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, she's pregnant now, and maybe it's the mom is just coming into her life. I don't know for sure how long they've known each other or how long they've been in each other's lives, but maybe this is the first pregnancy her bio mom was part of.
Right. I mean, she was only 22.
That could be.
That's her third kid.
Very tragic. If there are additional details related to this case that you are all aware of or you've heard and you want to share those details, feel free to reach out to us at BTV_pod, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you listen to podcasts, the places.
And this is going to be one of those cases we follow. So if you see articles or updates or information out on this, send it to us. We'd be happy to put it together and talk about it in a future episode.
You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.